Welcome to a profound journey where we rediscover the lost secrets of soil health and sustainability right here on the Compost channel. Decades ago, during the chaos of the Second World War, victory gardens flourished everywhere, proving sustainable farming was our survival backbone. However, everything changed after 1947 when the chemical industry prioritized massive profits over the natural health of our living soil. We traded ancient wisdom for quick chemical fixes, leaving our lands barren, lifeless, and dependent on synthetic inputs to grow anything. Today, we are peeling back the layers of history to reveal 6 powerful soil secrets that can restore our planet's fertility. These methods are not new inventions, but forgotten practices that work in harmony with nature rather than fighting against its laws. Let us begin with the first secret, known as chop and drop, a simple yet revolutionary technique for building organic matter. Instead of clearing away plant debris, we chop it into smaller pieces and leave it exactly where it falls to decompose. This natural blanket mimics the forest floor, retaining essential moisture while slowly releasing nutrients back to the roots of your plants. By returning this biomass to the earth, you are feeding the soil food web and creating a self-sustaining cycle of fertility. The roots below rejoice as they access a steady stream of organic food, growing stronger and more resilient against harsh weather conditions. Now we move to the second secret, forest soil inoculation, which involves bringing the ancient wisdom of the woods to your garden. Forest soil is teeming with billions of beneficial indigenous microorganisms that have co-evolved with plants for millions of years in harmony. By harvesting just a small handful of this microbial gold, you can reintroduce life into garden soil that has become sterile. We activate these sleeping giants by mixing the forest soil with organic materials, waking them up to colonize our own garden beds. This inoculation acts like a sourdough starter for your soil, rapidly expanding the population of good bacteria and fungi underneath your feet. The result is a dramatic transformation, where plants gain the ability to uptake nutrients that were previously locked away in the dirt. The third secret is a legendary companion planting method called the Three Sisters Guild, a perfect example of natural plant cooperation. In this triad, the tall corn provides a strong structure for the beans to climb, eliminating the need for artificial poles. The beans play a crucial role by pulling nitrogen from the air and fixing it into the soil to feed their sisters. Finally, the squash spreads its broad leaves across the ground, acting as a living mulch that retains moisture and suppresses weeds. Together, they form a resilient guild that yields more food in less space than if they were planted in separate rows. This ancient indigenous technique proves that diversity in the garden creates strength, stability, and abundance without any chemical interference needed. Next, we explore the fourth secret, the art of brewing compost tea, a liquid elixir teeming with life for your plants. By steeping compost in water and actively aerating it, we multiply the beneficial microorganisms exponentially over a 24-hour period. This process turns a small amount of solid compost into gallons of potent liquid fertilizer that contains billions of microscopic helpers. When sprayed on leaves, this tea creates a protective biological shield that prevents harmful pathogens and diseases from attacking your crops. It is biological warfare at a microscopic level, where good bacteria outcompete the bad ones, keeping your garden healthy without poisons. Applied to the soil, it boosts the immune system of your plants and accelerates the breakdown of organic matter into nutrients. Regular applications of compost tea can transform a weak and struggling garden into a vibrant powerhouse of production and natural vitality. The fifth secret addresses the winter season with cover crops, ensuring the soil is never left naked, exposed, or vulnerable to erosion. Bare soil bleeds nutrients when it rains, but planting crops like clover or rye protects the surface structure from heavy downpours. These living roots keep the soil biology active throughout the cold months, feeding microbes even when the main crops are finished. When spring arrives, we simply cut these crops down, returning massive amounts of organic nitrogen and biomass back into the earth. This practice improves soil tilth and water-holding capacity, making it easier for your spring vegetables to establish their root systems quickly. Furthermore, flowering cover crops provide essential habitat and food for pollinators and beneficial insects during times when other food is scarce. Integrating cover crops is the hallmark of a wise steward who understands that soil needs rest and protection to remain productive. Our final and perhaps most important secret is seed saving, a practice that ensures true food security and independence for farmers. Modern agriculture relies on patented seeds that cannot be replanted, forcing farmers to buy new stock from corporations every single year. By saving your own seeds, you are selecting genetics that are specifically adapted to your unique soil and local microclimate conditions. Over generations, these plants become stronger, tastier, and more resilient, evolving perfectly to thrive in your specific garden environment without chemicals. Seed saving builds community resilience and preserves biodiversity that is rapidly being lost due to the standardization of the industrial food system. It is an act of rebellion and hope, preserving the genetic heritage of our ancestors for the nourishment of future generations. These 6 secrets – chopping, inoculating, companion planting, brewing tea, covering soil, and saving seeds – form the blueprint for a sustainable future. When combined, they create a garden that is not just a food factory, but a living sanctuary that regenerates itself annually. We must remember that soil is not dirt, it is a living, breathing entity that sustains all life on this planet. Restoring these practices is about more than just gardening. It is about reclaiming our health and our connection to the natural world. Industrial agriculture has given us volume, but it has stripped away nutrition, flavor, and the environmental stability we desperately need today. There is no comparison to the taste of food grown in living soil, rich with minerals and complex biological compounds. By adopting these methods, you become a steward of the land, creating a haven for wildlife and healing the local ecosystem. Nature is patient and forgiving. If we start treating the soil with respect today, it will begin to heal almost immediately. Imagine a world where every backyard yard is a victory garden again, capturing carbon and providing healthy food for families everywhere. The humble earthworm and the invisible microbe are the true workers here. We are merely the facilitators of their incredible work. Clean soil leads to clean water, as organic gardens filter pollutants rather than adding toxic chemicals to our precious water supplies. This movement is growing globally, from rural farms to urban rooftops as people wake up to the importance of soil sovereignty. Financially, these methods liberate you from the recurring costs of expensive inputs, making gardening accessible to everyone regardless of their budget. A healthy plant grown in balanced soil has its own immune system and does not attract pests like a stressed plant does. The cycle completes itself not with death, but with the promise of new life held within the seeds you have saved. We invite you to try just one of these secrets this season and observe the difference it makes in your garden. Share your abundance and your knowledge with others, for the best way to learn is to teach and grow together. The wisdom of the past is not obsolete. It is the foundation upon which we must build a sustainable agricultural future. Let nature be your teacher. Observe her patterns, respect her cycles, and she will reward you with abundance beyond your imagination. We take from the soil, so we must give back to the soil, maintaining the sacred balance of the carbon cycle. Imagine our cities transformed into green lungs, where food is grown locally, reducing food miles and connecting urbanites to nature. Every time you build soil, you are healing the earth, sequestering carbon, and fighting climate change in your own backyard. This is a legacy worth leaving. Not a depleted wasteland, but a fertile paradise capable of feeding those who come after us. You do not need expensive machinery or chemicals. You only need observation, patience, and a willingness to work with your hands. Keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep observing. For the garden is a classroom that will never run out of lessons. Water, sun, soil, and life, the ingredients are simple, but the interactions are infinitely complex and beautifully orchestrated by nature. Every seed that sprouts is a victory, a small miracle that affirms life continues despite the challenges we face globally. Start your journey today, reclaim your food independence, and become part of the solution for a healthier and greener planet. Your health is your wealth, and there is no greater wealth than a garden full of nutrient-dense, chemical-free food. We hope this deep dive into the 6 secrets of soil has inspired you to look at your garden differently. The solutions are beneath our feet, waiting for us to put down the chemicals and pick up the rhythms of nature. Thank you for watching this episode. Please subscribe to the Compost channel for more insights into growing a better world.